Hi YouTube, welcome to Pagan Perspective. This is Megan, aka Spiritory. Today is Friday and I am filming in the car while moving. So I apologize for the shakiness of this. This is my only time to be able to film this today. That's it. That's all I got. I got this window, so I've got to take it. Just super busy, super crazy amount of things going on. So next month hopefully will be less busy. We'll see. So we do have a friend visiting next month who you've actually, if you watch my personal channel, you've seen on my channel before. So she's the young lady who was kind of had a coming of age and was raised partially pagan. So yeah, so she's awesome. Cassie's awesome. And yeah, she's coming to visit us. So today's topic is kind of a heavy one, and the other hosts have done a really good job on it. So I don't want to I don't have the time for one to go really deep into it. Plus I feel like they really have done an amazing job, longer videos, everything. And so I don't want to kind of rehash anything that they've already covered. So my take on it. So basically what happened was we got this question, and it was referencing in particular this Facebook group that had a person commenting on it that was saying, hey, I'm selling love spells, right? And it was this idea of using blood in the love spell and also free will for love spells, and free will and just is love spells okay? And basically, what does that mean? Does the stereotypes come from within our community, or do they come from an outside source? Is it the negative stereotypes sort of in the non-pagan world that do harm to our community, or is it stereotypes happening within our own community? And could potentially those sort of behaviors, I don't want to say stereotypical, but things like the love spell, could that do potential harm to our community? So that's in general what the question's about. So basically my take on all this, if I start with just stereotypes, if I kind of put aside the love spell for a second, if I talk about just stereotypes, I think that predominantly the stereotypes come from outside the pagan community. That's just the way it is. We still, I can still get, in different areas of my life, I can still get the phrase, from the Bible, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live, thrown in my face. It still happens. I still get people, telling me I'm a devil worshiper in different areas of my life. So that's out there. So in particular, Abrahamic faiths, there are the extremists, and there's still a lot of stereotypes. They believe that, all pagans sacrifice babies and cut the heads of chickens and eat them. So, even the vegan ones, apparently. So basically, I think that the stereotype part comes a lot from the outside. However, the love spell thing, that's where I think we are getting a little bit from the inside. The problem is that paganism in general, the whole community is so vast. It's so big. It's not something that we could ever say universally, this is the one truth for all pagans. It just doesn't work that way. We've got some pagans from whole different sides. There's a whole group of people who are, anti-Semitic, who are calling themselves pagan. And to me, I think that's atrocious. It hurts my heart that they do that. Are they allowed to do that? I guess, yeah. I'm in no power to stop them. I wish I could. It's frustrating. And so whenever you get a group so large and diverse as us, there's really no way that you're ever going to be able to stop some of the negatives from happening within your own community. The same way, though, that I'm sure that many Christians who maybe are, super LGBT positive and, super great about letting people be who they're going to be and all of this, and then have to deal with people like the Westboro Baptists, right? So there are going to be extremists within all faiths. And I think that within the pagan community, we have that too. And here's the thing, when it comes to the love spell thing, I don't agree with it. I don't think that we control that. Now, my personal belief is that we can, right? My faith says, yes, we can do those things. However, it's all about what comes back to you. Magic comes at a cost. And that's always a cost that's been told to me that you would never want to pay, right? And so for me, that's not an option. I guess if for somebody else it is, but to me, that's taking away someone else's free will. So it's a rule for me. I wouldn't do that. Somebody else might feel differently though, and they still, if they're in the pagan community, they're still a member of the pagan community. So, there are people that we're going to disagree with within our community, and yeah, does it have the potential to hurt the community's overall image? Yeah, but I think people like the Westboro Baptists have, hurt, the Christian image too. So I feel like, we're going to have those extremists in the community, and what we need to do as members of the community is to speak out and say, this is what I'm about. This is what I believe. This is what I'm about. And I'm not part of those people. And, and I don't personally agree with that. And that's not cool in my book. And so that's sort of all I can really say on that topic and kind of how I feel about it. I definitely think that stereotypes are more prevalent for us, mainly because it's still okay. I mean, I still hear people all the time saying, oh, she's such a witch, meaning basically trying to say she's a bitch, right? And it's so derogatory and it's so hurtful, and it drives me absolutely infuriatingly mad. I get madness, anger feelings going on inside when that happens. But, at the same time, it's part of the culture right now. And so we have to continually speak out and call out people when they do those sort of things, if we feel comfortable and if we feel safe, because it's not always safe to do that. I know for me, I do, but not everybody can. And so all we can do as a community is be proactive and get out there and spread our message and spread what we really are about, or what we ourselves are doing and what we're about, and try to support others that are like us, and hope that the positive message weighs out above the negative. I hope that makes sense. So that's pretty much all I have to say for today on kind of just a depressor of a topic, but at the same time, I think important too, and really important, so that we do spread that positive message, and we're getting out there that, what we want to be about, or that we ourselves want to be about, and that who we want to kind of associate and choose to associate with, and the part of paganism that we want others to see. So I think it really starts at home, and the more that we can try and dispel stereotypes as much as we can, I think the better. But yeah, so that's it for today, guys. I don't have much time, so I've got to get going, unfortunately. But yeah, so as always, guys, have a wonderful rest of your weekend. If you are going to the march tomorrow, more power to you. Aloha, mahalo for marching, mahalo. With you there in spirit. So have a wonderful weekend, guys, and as always, blessed be and aloha.